Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. So first things first, we're going to take a nice shower and then we're going to get into our skincare. We're back from the shower. I also brushed and flossed my teeth. I did it really well. We are going to get right into skincare. So first I'm going to be using some toner. I like the Ordinary one. I'm just going to put that on a pad. We're going to tone my skin and get into more skincare. So for my skincare, I have it like all combined in one of my old empty bottles. So I like make my 5-step skincare into one. I'm using, just so you know, is I'm using the Argiline solution by The Ordinary and paired with the Matrixyl that like helps combat fine lines and wrinkles. And then I'm also using Retinol 1% and Saline by The Ordinary as well. I'm using hyaluronic acid and I am also using caffeine solution. So all those are mixed into like my little science experiment. So we're going to put that on my skin and we'll let it dry before we put on any primer. So all my skincare is on, and what we're going to do while this kind of like dries and stuff is we are going to do my hair. This straightener is top tier. So the hair is 95% done now. I just have to kind of pin it out of our face so our makeup doesn't get in it. I'm gonna put on some primer. I have not stuck to a specific primer yet. I'm just kind of going through my samples before I decide like my holy grail primer. So right now I'm using the Glossier and I'm just gonna prime my face. I'll let that dry and then we're gonna move on to foundation. All primed. So before I put on my foundation, I like to put on some setting spray first just to make sure everything's going to stick really nicely. This is my favorite setting spray I've tried so far, but like the primer, I'm still using samples before I like really pick my holy grail holy grail setting spray, but this one's my favorite so far. I like the Mr. A Lot Watch. Lovely, and I'm just going to let that dry. So today, since we're going for like a model-esque, effortless beauty look, we're going to be using our e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is a Charlotte Tilbury dupe, and it just gives your skin like just the perfect look. And I find it so dewy, and you can even use it as highlighter rather than foundation. At least that's what it says on the bottle. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of foundation, a little bit extra too, just because like I have a little bit of a breakout. I'm lucky, I guess. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub it in with my hands, and then I'm going to use a big brush to set it all in. That way it's not streaky or anything of the sorts. We're going to use concealer. I love my Maybelline concealer. I do believe this is a dupe for the NARS concealer. And one trick I do is what I do on one side, I match the other side. That way my skin tone looks really nice and even. And you don't need much. I use it really just to like cover any pimples or like any hyperpigmentation or anything, or like if you have a thick hair that just somehow leaves like some weird aftermark, you can use this to cover it up, and that really helps. As I get older, I'm getting like a thick hair that comes out the side of my cheek. I'm like, what are you doing? So how I do this is I use a little powder puff, and what I do is I spray a little bit of setting spray on it. Okay, just a little bit. Lovely, we're good. And now we're going to blend this all in. And I like to start a place that I didn't really need it. That way it gets like on my powder puff really nicely. And then that way it kind of keeps the product where I really want it, like on my red spots here. Lovely. And I find this it really helps make everything really stay. And that's what we want. And what we're going to do to kind of fight the under eye crease here, once our makeup is done, what I usually do is like half an hour later, I go look on my under crease and I just blend them in, and then I find it doesn't do it again. So that's one tidbit that you can use, just so you know. A little bit on my nose. I like to highlight the nose first. I find it makes it easier to contour, and I put way too stinking much. Hi. So bring that down. We'll even put some here, make a little more dimension since we put too much. And just spread it around. We're gonna add contour on it too, so it's fine. It's fine that we messed up. You can always fix it. It's like painting. We are going to put on a little bit of bronzer. I was like, should I do my blush or my bronzer next? But I think we'll do the bronzer. That way it has like a bit more of a seamless finish and like doesn't look so like chunky. So this is what I like to use for my bronzer, or like kind of my face sculpting, if you will. I like to use this brush. I do like the powdered, but it also has the gooey. Obviously I like the gooey too. It works well. But it makes it kind of look like I'm putting mud on my face. So what we're gonna do, right there, and bring it back, and bring it over here, just any excess that I had, a little bit extra on the other side, and then we can blend it out. Lovely, lovely. And now hide the double chin. I mean, it doesn't really hide nothing, but a little bit anyways, from the right angle. Awesome. Then we do a little bit right here, not much, a little bit right there. Just kind of give your face a little bit of dimension. So I like to use a brush like this, come in here with it and get it on there. And I just go just really slightly here. And then just like that. And just like that. And then I kind of bring it over like this. Lovely. This can also act as like an eyeshadow outline as well. And then I like to go like this. Give myself a little butt chin. All right, now what we're going to do, where did my other brush go? If you do any makeup or art, you know exactly what I mean. As soon as you set it down, it's like, where'd it go? So now we're just gonna blend it in. A little bit more there. Now we gotta go down the sides first here. And then over the eye, and just kind of pat that down and out. That way it's not so overwhelming. You still see it, but it's not like, you know? So do it over here too. Lovely. And then this side. Gotta get those little sides down. And then we gotta do right here. And then right here. Sometimes you have to use your little finger with that too. So there we go. All right, we got our contour down. Let's just make sure it's not too heavy in any place. If you feel like it is, just use your finger and it'll kind of like dull it a little bit, like right here. So I like the way that that looks. I think we're looking good. So now we're going to put on some blush. And I do have one blush that I do prefer, so 1 second. This is my favorite blush of all time. This is MAC Petal Power. And the reason why I like it so much is because, look at this, it has a gold undertone to it. So it's like a dual chrome blush. And I find, like, with my skin tone, like, watch that. It really, really, really works for me. And then, like, it's so gorgeous. It's everything. I literally reach for this every day, even though, like, I don't know why I bought more blushes after it, to be honest with you, because I love this one. And I think it looks really good. And I'm not trying to ruin my contour, so what I do is I blot on the top, blot on the sides. And then the last place I do it, a little bit right there, a little bit up here. Nothing crazy. Everything's done. The last thing we're going to do is go in with a little bit of concealer. This is for the base anyways. And we're gonna just make sure that these are covered, okay? And do a little something like, just give my face a little bit more dimension. Use the same little sponge again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do a base of setting spray and sandwich this in before we put on any eyeshadow or anything of the sorts. So now I'm going to let this dry and then we're going to work on our eyes. So for today's eyeshadow, we're doing something really minimal but very like timeless. So we're going to use this this brown right here. This is the Morphe Gold Seeker palette. I really like it a lot. We're going to outline our eyes. And it's okay if it looks smudgy because it's going to be like really diluted basically. All right. And next what we're going to do is we're going to use this brown here and dilute it. And kind of follow that little crease that we had made before. Lovely, it's turning out awesome. Next, what we're going to use is this cream color right here. And go right over your crease. Bring it up right here. Bring it up right there. Lovely. Put it right in the corner. This is turning out so freaking love it. All right, now we're going to use our finger. We're going to put on this one right here. And put it right there. So right there. And a little bit in the crease. Or in the corner. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I just love it though. Look at it so far. That is so beautiful. We're gonna get the darkest one on it. And I'm just gonna go alongside here to like kind of shape it a bit. Awesome. So we'll take off the tape. That looks so nice and just so chic. I'm going to add some mascara to this and I'll be right back. So the mascara is on. I used One Size Fantasize. I had got that as a sample from Sephora a long time ago. I am using the Anastasia brow pencil. This was also a sample that I had gotten a long time ago and I'm at the end of it, so I want to get rid of it. I absolutely love it. I think it works really well. It's super easy to use, and if you make a mistake, it's super easy to kind of move around too. So I like to fill in the top corner first and kind of make that like my strong point here. And bring it down a little bit more. That way it kind of seems like I have a strong arch. Stronger than I do anyways. And then what I do next is this. Is I bring it along the bottom and I bring it up to kind of fill in that area too. And then I go up like that as a wide brush just to kind of give it like a different type of filling. And then we got to come over here and do that. And then pull it up. And pull it up here. Awesome. And then what I do next is I just brush them up a little bit. Bring it over like that. There, they're done. Now they're done. So that's how I like to do my brows. I really like that. I find it looks like more natural than how I used to in like 2016. So now we're going to move on to our lips. So for the lip liner, we're going to use Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk. Now I'm using Charlotte Tilbury again, and this is in Icon Baby. Can I open it? It does have sparkles in it. It doesn't look like that, but once you put it on, it does. They're very light, though. And it smells like chocolate, which is just so, like, so sweet. And then last but not least, we're going to top it off with some Charlotte Tilbury gloss, and this is in Hall of Fame. So I like to make sure there's a little bit on there, and I just dot it. That way it's not like changing the pigment. Awesome. Now we just got to fix our bangs and switch the outfit. All right, So I put on a beautiful orange dress. I brought out my beautiful necklace that my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law got me for my birthday. Love it. It has all of our family gemstones in it, a cross and an infinity symbol. It's so beautiful. I love it. So last but not least, we're going to do our last spray of setting spray. Lovely. We're done with that now. And now what we're going to do is we're gonna fix our bangs. I'm kind of liking the way they just turned out. I love it. All right, I don't have to do nothing. Haha, that's crazy. I was not expecting that or planning that, so we got lucky. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna run a little bit of oil through our hair. Right now I like the Moroccan oil. I like the Olaplex as well. Just put a little bit in my hand, not much. That's good. Rub it together. I like to go with the bottoms first and find a way to work it up. That way the hair looks really nice and healthy and really just hydrated and not greasy or slick or anything, but just right. If you know what I mean. Jelly bean. So there we go. Gosh, I love this look. I love it so much. I love my hair curled under. I find it such a classic, timeless look. So yeah, this is how you look like a timeless beauty effortlessly. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye.